Today I'm going to make up some new hives. I'll have queen cells ready for tomorrow. These hives are all doing really well here. I'm going to use a couple different methods. I'll be splitting up some of my shittier looking hives into a bunch of new ones, and I'll also pull probably 2 frames of bees and brood from my stronger, gooder hives. Like this hive, that one, and this one are all going to get split into nucs and requeened. They come through winter, and then they're just kind of spinning their wheels. They're not really growing. This one still is at 5 frames. It was 5 frames like a month ago. This one was kind of weak coming out of winter, and it hasn't really built up all that well. The patterns are kind of iffy. I've left these type of hives before, and they might make a little bit of honey, and then they just kind of sit there. I feed them in the fall, I treat them, I wrap them, and I put investment into them, and then they just die out over winter because they're shitty, and the queens wear out or something happens. So what I've started doing is I just split them down into however many new hives that they can make. I put queen cells in them and start them fresh. And then at least, even though I'm not getting a honey crop out of them, I'm getting new hives. And who knows, I mean, if we have a good enough season, I had a few last year that made some honey and we were still in drought situations, so, you know, might even get a little bit of honey from them. Yeah, they're doing really well. I can smell nectar in the air. Caraganas are out. Alfalfa isn't too far away, I don't think. Not sure what else is flowering, but they're really happy. So that last clip was from yesterday. I didn't get around to filming anymore. I made up a few nucs in the second yard. Just 4 frame nucs. About 1.5 frames of brood, 1 frame of honey, and 1 drawn empty comb. And then they'll get queen cells today. And it was raining, so I got completely soaked, but got her down at least. So today, first I'm going to go through my kind of shittier looking hives. This one, that one, for sure that one. They're all going to get split down into nucs and requeened, because they're still kind of small. Like this one, for a single, that looks pretty good. If that was, you know, a month ago, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's not too bad. But when all the others are, you know, nice and big, I'll show you the pattern on this one too. It has a poor quality pattern. These type of hives, I have left them before and just let them sit there and make a little bit of honey. And then usually they just die out over the winter, and they just cost me money. So I'm making up new hives anyways, I might as well make use of them. They're not going to make honey, they'll make bees. With all the rain we've been having, I might even make a little bit of honey from them. Okay, that's actually not that bad of a pattern. That's only 1 frame though. The other side, I looked through this one about a week ago and the pattern's kind of iffy. Anything here that's not filling a double by about June 15th, which was yesterday, isn't going to make a substantial honey crop. So I'm just going to split them into nucs. Put new queens in. I mean, I have my own queens, so it doesn't really cost me much of anything. I can make up a bunch of new hives. So with the parent colonies, I'll leave them with 2.5 frames of brood. So 2 like good ones like this, and then, you know, kind of a partial frame of brood. And anything else is going to get split into nucs. The pattern's not too bad, I guess, but for this time of year, they're weak. That's the main thing. I'm just looking through to find the queen so I can pinch her off and then start splitting them and put queen cells in a couple hours. Alright, there's the queen. So I found her. I'll pinch her off here and then start splitting these guys up. 1 frame of brood and 1 frame of honey and a drawn empty comb in there. Here's sort of what I mean by a 1/2 frame of brood. This isn't the best, but there's some cap, there's some eggs and larvae. It's not edge to edge though. And then, let's flip around here. The other side, you know, there's some, I think there's some larvae in there and some eggs and stuff. So they get 1 nice full frame and 1 more 1/2 frame. Some of them get a little more, a little less, which is fine. And of course 1 frame of honey. They need 1 frame of honey. And then the parent hive I leave with at least 2 frames of honey. If they have more, I'll leave them with 3. This one I'm actually going to get part of a second nuke out of. It has another really good frame of brood, and then I'm leaving it with 2.5 in there. So it's pretty good. And then this one I'll probably get a few more out of. For the frames that I take for making any nukes, I replace them with either drawn brood comb or honeycomb. This is honeycomb, nice and fresh. The bees will fix that up in no time. So then they get nice fresh comb, and we'll get a new queen and a nice fresh start. And then in about 18 days or 16 days or something like that from now, I'll come through and dribble them with oxalic acid, and that'll kill off most of the mites that are in here. Oh, I might take a mite test from this too, just to see what's going on there. It's been a little while since that last clip. I'm just about done nuke making. I had to take a few breaks because it's been raining on and off all day, but where is she? I found one of my queens from last year. Oh, there she is. Oh yeah, there we go. It's always trickier to see them on camera. Isn't that nice? That's one of my own queens from last year. This is one of my better looking hive. Well, most of them actually look like this, but it's a really nice looking hive. Alright, I got the cell builder open. I'll grab the queen cells. I have a little cooler here with some little bags of warm water and a shirt in here just to keep it warm. I'll get them out of here gently. These queen cells look pretty good. The bees built some extra comb around them, so I'll have to cut that away. I brought a knife along for that. And then I'll plop the cells out, put them in the cooler, and then I can start walking around and putting them into the nukes. There, got all the queen cells removed. The books will say keep them like facing with the bottom like facing down always. 10 days after grafting, I don't think it's that important. I've accidentally dropped these before and the queens have still done fine, so I mean, be gentle with them and everything, but it's fine. So, good. Alright, I'll take probably 2 frames of brood from this hive to make up the nuke. And I'll start putting cells in. I should hit close to 40 hives now this year. Hopefully we get some good mating weather for these queens. And it should be good. So for the queen cells, just open up the nuke. Grab a queen cell here. And then just find a spot where the bees are. It's open that will fit the cell. So here's a nice spot. There's bees in there. And it'll fit in there nicely. Good. Lid back on. Okay, there. Now I'll do the rest of them. Whew. Nice to be done. Hopefully these queens made out well. Usually 4 out of 5 come back, but with good weather I've had like 90, 100% even come back, so we'll see. Right, these single splits look pretty good. They should build up into doubles just fine. This single here has been queenless for a day. Okay, they all just kind of go around that cell. They know they have a queen now, so they're happy. See, I set some of them up over here. I think it's good to have some of them a little ways away from the regular hives. I'll see how they do over here. And then once these ones are established, I'll move them onto the pallet with the other ones. Oh. Okay, I'm going to close them up here. The bees are not very happy. They have a queen and they're happy, but it's just before dark here, so they've had enough of me. There, last nuke is done. I'm going to head home. Right, we'll check back in about 2 weeks for mating success and see how they did.